definitely important in at least two aspects, and that's why Matthew Berry is here. One of the aspects is, hey, guys are fighting for jobs. This is their livelihood. This is serious business for guys. And the other is, it's almost fantasy draft time, and that's why you're here, right? Serious business. We're not fooling around. Let's talk. I mentioned this Steven Jackson. How do you feel about him in terms of coming up to a fantasy draft?
Love Steven Jackson this year. Not worried about the lack of production in this game tonight. 6 of the first 10 plays they ran, Steven Jackson touched the ball. He's going to be heavily involved in a high-octane offense over the last 3 years. The Atlanta Falcons, only 2 teams in the NFL, ran more plays inside the opponent's 10-yard line than the Atlanta Falcons. When they get in close, they like to run. Who are they going to give it to? Steven Jackson, the guy that touched the ball, caught a ball here. He's not coming off the field on 3rd down the way Michael Turner did, who was a top 20 fantasy back for me. Steven Jackson, a top 12 fantasy running back this year.
Of course, he's never played on a winning team. So you said don't draw too much from tonight's game for him. Dane Zanzenbacher, where would you draft him after him? Well, I'd like to draft him first overall in the fantasy draft.
Well, you can be in my league, Dan. You know, it's a great story, and let's see, but I think there's a lot of competition there in Cincinnati. Hold your horses on Zanzenbacher, but I will say Giovanni Bernard I thought was interesting. He's a guy going in the 11th round. He's a guy that I think he's going to be involved in the pass game. I like they gave him a goal line carry that he converted. So he's a guy that I think is kind of a sleeper.
Gruden had a good time with Zanzenbacher.
Yes, he did.
He knows it when he speaks. Matthew's book entitled Fantasy Life, currently on the New York Times bestseller list. I expect a signed copy on my desk after the show.
Done and done.
Matthew will be back a bunch of times over the next couple hours with all of your fantasy football advice.